enough. You've been defeated long enough and mistreated long enough. Queen, it's time to stand up. Queen, it's time to get up. Queen, it's time to rise. Queen, rise up.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, Queens Rise Up. You know how we do. This is Queen Rise Up Women Empowerment. What we do around here, we empower who? You, that woman, to do what? To know her worth and her value. Queen, listen, when you get up this morning, make the devil, M-A-D, devil D, mad that you are up this morning, and make sure you have your foot on the jugular of his neck. Do you hear me? Listen, you're joining me today for the first time. My name is Chantel C. Ross. We meet here, right now. And listen, Monday through Friday, here on Facebook, YouTube. Listen, make sure you share, make sure you like, make sure you post. Listen to me. I want you to get up this morning and shake the dust off. I want you to get up this morning and get excited about your life. Get up this morning and make a declaration of decrees on what God says concerning you. I don't have a whole lot of time, but the time that I do have, let's make sure it's profitable. Can I say that? So when you get up in the morning, make sure, listen, first of all, you seek God. He says, seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all things will be added unto you. Keep your head in the game. Do you hear me? Don't get sidetracked. Don't get bamboozled by life and circumstances. Listen to me, circumstances. Even if you're working hard at getting to what God says concerning you, don't you listen to him. Keep your head in the game. Do you hear me? Listen, even when it feels like it's on the chopping block, Queen, but that is up to you. Life and death is in the power of your tongue. What you do say, it matters. Matter of fact, let's decree over your life what God says concerning you, that you are what? Come on, decree it. Listen, I am who God says I am, and I can do what God says I can do. Come on. I'm the head and not the tail. I am above and not beneath. I am more than a conqueror. Keep your head in the game, Queen. Say what God says. Do you hear me concerning you? Come on, to declare this morning that I will accomplish all that God has promised, all that God has shown. Listen, I declare or to make a declaration or decree this morning, I decree that what God says concerning you, come on, or concerning me will be established. I need you to get up and shake the dust off. Keep your head in the game, Queens. Do you hear me? Don't you know that you are the head and not the tail, that you are above and not beneath, that you are more than a conqueror, that you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you, that you are, come on, I need you to get that you are that of a royal priesthood, that you are confident, that you are bold. Come on, decree that thing this morning over your life. You ain't up for naught. Did I tell you? No, 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 no. Keep your head in the game. And let me tell you what it says, to keep your head in the game. I'm going here because I don't have a lot of time. We only have a few minutes, so we're going to get in and get out, baby. Listen, because, life has a way. You got things you got to do. There's things that I have to do that I need to do. Come on, listen to me. That is my responsibility and nobody else's. In real talk, it's not my responsibility. Listen to life and death is in the power of your tongue. Speak your tongue. You have a response. Good morning, sister. You have responsibility and accountability for your own life. No, 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 no. So what? They did it. So what? They said it. But you are accountable. Listen, life and death is in the power of your tongue. What do you want for your life? Listen, come on. Oh, don't start. No, won't be none. It happened. Yeah, it did. They did it. Yeah, they did. But you are responsible. You are accountable. Listen, Queens, keep your head in the game. Do you hear me? Don't you know, Queen, you the head and not the tail? Don't you know you are above and not beneath? Don't you know that you are fearfully, wonderfully made? I need to listen. Somebody, let me keep my head in the game. And don't go by your feelings and your emotions. Them emotions will get you hurt. Will have you on the sideline looking in. This is real talk. But listen, he says, don't be conformed to this world. He said, you got to keep your head in the game. He said, be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Listen to me. Don't be conformed to this world. Listen to me. Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Keep your head in the game. When you get distracted, bring it back into alignment. When life doesn't go the way that you want it, mess around and throw you some lemons, honey, you better make you some lemonade. Listen, I got all types of lemonade running around here. You hear me? For every time, you got to keep your head in the game, not in your feelings, not get caught up in your emotions. And this is real talk. Let me tell you something. He says he wants you to be sober. Matter of fact, yesterday, one of the queens spoke and she says, listen, you got to keep your mind sober. You got to stay vigilant. Come on, stay sober-minded, fully in the grace of God. And this is real talk. The first thing that the enemy wants is your mind. Your mind is where it's the control station. It is the CPU to life. But listen to me. So listen to me. You got to guard your mind. You got to keep it sober. Stay alert. That's why you got to learn how, Queens, you got to learn how to keep your head in the game. My question to you this morning, what do you want for your life? And what did God say rightfully belongs to you? And how bad do you want it? Keep your head in the game. Are you up for the fight? Are you up for the task? Are you up for the long haul? Are you willing to go through the long suffering to get what God has in store for you? And this is real talk. This is where you got to learn how to keep your head in the game. Don't get sidetracked by the diversions and the delusions and the distractions of life, because they're going to come, I promise you. And that is real talk. Because what happens is when you are off track and you start paying attention to the distractions, you'll miss the promise of God, what he has in store for you. You will start doing things on your own, with your own strength, your own might. He said no, because he says it's not by power, it's not by might, but it's by his spirit. I need you to get up. Now, there are some things where you're going to have to, let me do this, let me help you, let me drop back. You are going to have to take responsibility. You are going to have to take accountability. There are some things that you are going to need to do. You're gonna have to exercise your faith. Some things are gonna be hard, but understand you're not preparing for where you are. You are preparing for where you're going. So get in your mind of what you want. Get in your mind of where you're going, and what are some of the steps that's gonna be necessary for you to get to them. Maybe be some treading of some hard terrain, but you know that you are not preparing for where you are. You are preparing for where you're going, and you will start looking at life just a little bit differently. Even on some of the choices you need to make in life, they won't be choices that you make just on the humbug, but they're preparing you for something greater, but preparing you for something bigger. You won't have something to lean on. You won't have, listen, real talk. So you got to make decisions for your now that's going to prepare you for your future. And this is real talk. Matter of fact, if you go to 1 Peter 1 and chapter 1 Peter chapter 1 verse 13. Let me do this because he's preparing your mind. Let me just do this morning. Let me just tap in here real quick. And don't be scared, because he didn't give you a spirit of fear, but that of love and power and of a sound mind. He says, therefore, preparing your minds for action. This is 1 Peter chapter 1, verse 13. The reason why I want to lock and load here, he says, therefore, preparing your minds for action. Hold it. Let me help you this morning. Oh, not to sit and waddle and cry, not to sit over there and cry over spilled milk, not over there. Listen to me. Preparing your minds for action. Queens, I need y'all to get up this morning. Listen to me. Get into your rightful positions. He's preparing your mind for action, not just to talk about it, but to be about it. Preparing your mind, because God is a strategist. If you understand, he's a strategist. He strategized. There's a purpose for everything that he has created. He says, therefore, preparing your minds for action and being sober-minded, and set your hope fully on the grace that will be brought to you. Listen to me, real talk. Whoa, listen, I'm excited. Don't start now. At the revelation of Jesus Christ. But he is preparing your minds for action. Don't stay there any longer in dead places, talking about dead things that serve you no purpose in your life. And that is real talk. He's preparing your mind for action. Queen, what do you want this morning? What is it how you want to change the course of your life? What is that you know that you need to do, that you're scared to do, that you need to do, but you better do it, but you miss out? Oh, wait a minute. Let me say it again. Let me catch that again. What you need to do that you don't want to do, but you know you got to do it, or you're going to miss out. He's got to prepare your minds for action. So this morning, just say, God, prepare my mind. Help me prepare my mind for action, for the call of duty. Help me prepare my mind for what's to come. Help me prepare my mind so that my actions can follow. Come on, listen, what's in store. What's in store for you. God, don't start now. Have you ever been in a hard place or a dark place or a lonely place? You're like, okay, this is not, that's it. This is not, that's all. There is more to come. Listen, keep your head in the game. Do you hear me, Queens? Listen, you are not preparing for where you are preparing for where you're going. And this is real talk. If you got to take your little bit to make much, listen, just add your little bit. Listen, start storing up some things. Come on. Start storing some things up. Setting some goals for yourself. What is it you want? How much of it, that thing you want to save? What is it that you want to get out of your life? What is it you want to put into your life? And so what you start doing, you start setting your mind for action. And this is real talk. Maybe you got to make some hard decisions today. I need to get rid of this. I need to get these people out of my life. I need to get away from this circumstance, environment. I'm shutting some things down. Listen, because they now are affecting where you're going. You hear me? They're now affecting what God has in store for you. I'm telling you, you got too much to lose, too much on the table. And this is real talk. Keep your head in the game. Do you hear me, Queen? He says, prepare your minds for action. how long you've been sitting there, how long, and I don't care if you got to start over and over again until you get it. Keep starting over, because every day is an opportunity to restart, refocus, and to reset. So don't worry about how many times you start over, as long as you get to the destination. Do you hear me? Listen. Let me say that again. Don't worry about how many times you have to start over, just as long as you get to the destination. And because you got to trust the process of what to get to the destination. There is things that God is going to teach and develop you along the way, and this is real talk. So I need you to get up, man. I'm gonna tell you, be a force to reckon with. You hear me, spirit, soul, and body. Queens, listen. I'm coming on a little bit earlier in the morning because now my life has took a different kind of turn to the positive. Don't get it wrong. And I got responsibilities and things that I need to do, because there's places that I also want to get to as well. And listen, you got to do what you got to do. Listen, you got to do what you got to do so you can use what you got until you get where you're going. So I'll be coming on Queen Rise Up just a little bit earlier and getting out of here just a little bit earlier. Even right now, I got 12 minutes, 13 minutes, and I'm out of here. But I want you to get up in the morning. I want you to take hold of your day. Take hold of your, listen, take hold of what you want out of your life, even in a bad place or a bad situation or circumstance. It does not matter, but I need you to get up this morning to get into your rightful places. Get up this morning, get into your rightful positions. Get up and shake the dust off your mind. Get up and come on, finish what God says. I'm faithful and just to complete what I started. Do you want him to finish it? Listen to me. Listen to how you even got started. How about that? But get up. What do you want in life? What is it that you want? He says, listen, don't be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Good morning, Queen. Listen, I only got 12 minutes, Queen. I got to get up out of here. Got to be on time because, life, so I'll be coming on a little bit earlier here on Queen Rise Up. So I pray you guys are able to catch me because I can't wait. I got to keep going. But he says, listen, I heard him say this morning, keep your head in the game, Queens. You got to stay in your race. Listen to me. You got to endure. Listen to me. Keep your head in the game. Let him prepare your mind for action. Nikita, if I was to ask you this morning, do you know what you want? Because sometimes we want things, but we don't even know what we want. Vivian, do you know what you want? Listen to me. Chantel, do you know what you want? Because sometimes we don't even know what it is that we want. What is it you're trying to get to? What is it you're trying to obtain? You need to don't stop now. Set something in motion for you to obtain. How many years do you have to obtain it? How much time is it going to take to get it? And this is real talk. What do you need to set aside in order to have that thing in motion? Let me have a sip this morning. Because no. Don't get caught up. Don't get left behind. Listen, you got too much to lose. And this is real talk. So as it is in the natural, as it is in the spiritual, as it is in the natural. And I say this to say that because even as we're planning for our life, our future, our to come, not just in the tangible world, but you are also getting ready for your eternal life, Queens. I mean, you know what? Let me have a sip this morning. So you got to look what's in your way. What goals are you setting? How hard are you going to go? How hard are you going to stay in the game? How far are you going to run in this thing? And this is real talk. What do you want out of this thing? Do you want to get to your destination? Do you want to get to the promises? Listen, you want your restoration that God promised you? You want to see your eternity? Excuse me. Keep your head in the game. Don't get caught up in your emotions and your feelings. And especially when you're going through a hard place, Queen. Your emotions will have you if you do not know how to discipline yourself. Your emotions will have you doing things that are illegal, even in the kingdom of God. If you don't get your emotions under control, when people do things, they'll take you off balance and take you out of alignment. Queen, you got too much to lose. Do you hear me? When your emotions, especially when there is needs and desires that you want met in your life and they're not being met, keep your head in the game, Queen. Do you hear me? Don't go outside of what God says concerning you. I promise you. Listen. You don't want to feel the consequences on your decisions because there is consequences. God is a forgiving God, but there is consequences. I promise you. Oh, can I raise my hand not one time but two times? Listen, there is consequences for all your decisions that you make. The good, the bad and the ugly. So don't let life and circumstances divert you on what God is doing in your life. And this is real talk. But I locked and loaded. Yes, Queen Mary, I want all that. I am in a higher place. I know, Queen. Listen to me. We are. Woo! I am in a higher place, but I am trusting God. Psalms 91 is my roadmap. Queen, keep reading it. Do you hear me? Because he said, the steps of a righteous man are ordered by God. Matter of fact, let me lock and load with you this morning on Psalms 91, because I know the word. I know the road is hard, Nikita. Do you hear me? Not only that I know it's hard, I am experiencing hard places as well. Can I be very honest with you? But at the end of the day, you got to keep your head in the game. You got to stay focused. You got too much to lose. You don't want to make the wrong decisions and wrong choices. Listen, matter of fact, let me go to Psalms 91, and then I'm going to jump up out of here. He says, listen, can I just read it out loud into your spirit, into our spirit this morning? Good morning, Queen. Listen, I only got a few minutes. Life has totally did a 360, so I gotta go. I gotta go with the flow. So I got a few minutes here. I come on a little bit earlier, but let me go into Psalms 91, where it says, "Dwelling in a secret place." It says, "He that dwelleth in a secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty." Can I get in there? I will say unto Lord, He's my refuge. He's my fortress, my God, in him will I trust. Don't start now. Tell Sasha, good morning, Queen. Listen, Sasha, good morning. Listen, Nikita, she said, listen, because we all get into hard places, but you got to keep your head in the game. You got to stay focused. You got to keep your eye on the prize or the mark of the high calling. You got to be obedient. This thing is serious, Queen. When you between obedience and sacrifice. Listen, he said obedience is better than sacrifice. Don't start none, won't be none. But let's finish locking and loading this morning. He says, surely he shall deliver me from the snare of the fowler and from the noisy pestilence. Let me read it again. Surely he shall deliver you from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. He said, he shall cover them with his feathers, and under his wings shall thou trust. His trust shall be a shield and buckler. Queens, I need you to give. You ain't in Psalms 91 this morning, and you in a tough place. Go ahead, go lock, load, and release this morning, and that is Psalms 91. Because we are in tough places. We are listening. It's like between a hard rock. Whoa, listen. And this is real talking. Don't you know the enemy knows you're in a hard place? Don't you know he's going to keep using those places or those access points to get in, to take you off balance, to make you doubt, to make you fear, to make you confused. Father, come on, real talk. He says, listen, let me go down to Psalms 91. Verse 5, he says, thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor the arrow. Come on, listen, let me help somebody this morning. He says, thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flieth by day. Listen, don't start none, won't be none. You hear me? You don't have to be afraid. Oh man, for the terror by night. Come on, you better lock, load, and stay ready, Queen. And this is real talk. I mean, we are like in the fight of our lives. Do you hear me? Wait. One of the Queens just said it's life and death. Do you hear me? But you gotta stay in your race. You gotta stay on your. You gotta keep your head in the game. Don't get caught up in your emotions. He says even. Roxanne, Psalms 91. And Queens, listen, I'm coming in a little bit earlier, so I pray that you guys are able to catch me because I got to get up at 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I got like 5 minutes, and I got to get up out of here. But we're going to make it worth it. Do you hear me? Make it profitable in a short period of time because I find out it doesn't really take God long. Listen, it don't take him long to make a move. It don't take God long to bust a move. It don't take God long to make a change. It don't take God long to shift something inside. Don't start, no, won't be no. It don't take long for him to shift something in the spirit of your mind. You don't somebody said I got to keep my head in the game, and it's your spiritual mind that you're keeping in the game. Do you hear me, Queens? It's your spiritual mind that you're keeping in the game, making sure you're sober, you're vigilant. Come on, listen to me, real talk. Your mind is guarded. Keep your head in the game. Psalms 91, Queen, locking, loading, and releasing. Do you hear me? He says, listen, let me go in verse 6 real quick. He says, nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, for the destruction that wasteth at noonday. Don't be afraid. He said, 1,000 shall fall at thy side. Wait a minute. At thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not. Somebody say, it shall not come nigh thee. I need y'all to get up this morning and shake the dust off, break the bands off your neck. Come on, Queen, walk that thing out. Come on. He said, because he said the steps of a righteous man, they're ordered by God. Don't be afraid. He said, a 1,000 will fall at thy side and 10,000 at the right side, at the right hand, but shall it not come nigh thee. Queen, keep moving. It is by faith and not by sight. And Nikita said she's in a tough place. Queen, we are all in tough places. I promise you. And the reason why it's getting tough, lock, load, and release. Listen, and come on, Queen, don't start. No, won't be nothing. And the reason why the road is getting tough, because the time is getting short. Do you hear me? Time is getting short. You don't have, come on, it shall not. Let's say it again. It shall not. It's by faith and not by sight. This is why you got to gird up. You got to get up. You got to move by faith, Queen, not by sight. Open up your mouth and declare and say what God says concerning you. Come on, listen. Matter of fact, say I am dwelling in the secret place. Woo! Under the shadow of the Most High. Oh, don't start now. And that's why it cannot touch. Listen, it will not prosper. He says the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but they are mighty through God to the pulling down the strongholds. He says, listen, no weapon formed against you shall prosper, and every tongue that rises up against you shall be condemned. He said, he that will you dwell in that. Come on, will you dwell in that? Don't dwell in your emotions. Keep your head in the game. Don't be dwelling on the circumstances. Keep your head in the game. Don't you dwell. He said, dwell in the secret place of the Most High. Don't you dwell. Come on. Don't you start dwelling under the problems. Don't start dwelling under the circumstances. Don't, come on. Look, this is real talk, because when you start dwelling in those places, you start creating spaces and time and circumstances based on your situations. Queen, let me see your situation. Psalms 91 is a situation. You need to dwell up under there. Listen, that's a situation. Keep your head in the game, queens. And this is real talk this morning. Do you hear me? Keep your head in the game. Listen, if you go back down, let's go down a little more in Psalms 91. I'm going this morning because you got to keep your head in the game this morning. And this is how God keeps you sober-minded. He keeps you vigilant. Come on, keep you guarded from the, come on, don't get conformed to the world, but be you transformed by the renewing of your mind. Listen, I need you to get up this morning. He says, only shall thy eyes behold and see the reward of the wicked. He said, because thou hast made the Lord, which is my refuge, even the Most High, thy habitation. Man, where you living at? Where you dwelling at? Where's your habitation at? Don't dwell, I'm promising, don't dwell in the unclean things. Don't dwell in the wrong ideas. Don't dwell in the wrong concepts. Don't dwell in those areas that's going to suck life from you. Don't be dwelling with people that's not going to bring, come on, that's not going to edify you, build you up, tell you the truth. And this is real talk. Listen, what is your hiding place? Don't you start nothing, Roxanne, this morning. Where to come on, your refuge? Will you go when the going gets tough? Woo! What do you pick up when you listen? When you're fighting against powers and principalities and rulers and deep things and high places? What do you do? Where do you run? Who do you call? Where do you dwell? Come on, listen to me. Real talk. When you are really in a hard place, what do you do? Where are you going? Who are you talking to? Where you dwelling? What is your habitation? Who are you counting on? Come on, queens, keep your head in the game. Do you hear me? When you breaking the soul ties off your life, when you're getting from among the wrong crowd, come on, God said, I need you to separate, depart, make decisions. Come on, listen to me. Where are you dwelling? Real talk. When you get into a hard place and you already know that the enemy is really, man, he's doing some devastating things. There's one thing. Let me just do this real quick. Let me help somebody. Let me help somebody today. Let me help you. Why help me? There's one thing you never have to do. And queen, don't you ever chase a lie. A lie will always be exposed, whether in this time or the next time. Don't you ever chase a lie. If you know something is not the will of God, don't you chase after that thing. I promise you, God will, he will do, you just keep dwelling. You just stay in the secret place. You stay in the place of habitation. I'm going to help somebody this morning so you can save yourself a lot of time and unnecessary energy when you know it is not. You do not have to entertain those things. And this is real talk. I just want to help somebody along the way to let you know, don't waste your time in places that God already, listen, he already got it. Do you hear me? It's just a process to manifestation of what God has already said concerning that thing. The only thing you got to do, Queen, don't you come outside the will of God. Don't come out of alignment. If you stepped out, step back in. Listen to me. Forgive me, God. Get back into alignment. If you stepped out of alignment because the pressure got too high, the hits got too hard, the blows was too big, I need you to get up this morning, shake the dust off, take the bands off. Come on, get back into alignment, get back into your rightful position. This is real talk. Maybe you said some things you ought not said. Maybe you did some things you ought not you shouldn't have said, or maybe you went some places you should not have went because of the pressure, the circumstances. Come on, you working in your deliverance. It's got heavy, got hard. Listen, you picked it back up. Woo! You picked it back up. I need you to listen. You gotta stay in the secret place. You gotta dwell in the secret. Oh, don't start now. You got to dwell in the secret place. Keep your head in the game, Queen. And the reason why the pressure is on is tight because the time is getting close. We are near. Come on, listen. I come into alignment. Come on, Sasha. I come into alignment with my godly, come on, position, my kingdom position. Do you hear me? Get in the love. Whoa, somebody said, let me shake. Yeah, wait a minute. Let me. Woo, listen. Come on. Shake the dust off this morning. Queens, listen, this thing is up to you. Listen to me. Life and death is in the power of your tongue. Keep your head in the game. Do you hear me? This is real talk this morning. Listen to me. Get back in. Come on. Come into alignment. Bring it in. Because you don't want to operate out illegally in the kingdom. Come on. You want to be able to call those things. What time are you going to become? Queen, listen, you in Texas? I'm looking at about 7:30, Queen. So now I need to get off. I got to get up out of here because let me just do this with you guys real quick while we bring you in. My goal is to come in here between 7:30, at least between 7:30 and 7:45. But 7:30 is my ultimate goal because life has taken a 360 for me. And I had to make some life changes, choices, and decisions. Now it'd be different. Okay, Queens, listen to me. Just so, and I'm come on, but you can always go back over the recording. But that is my goal. I'm coming on just a little bit earlier in the morning because even right now, as I speak, I'm getting over my time. But I got to get up out of here because I got things to do. Because life has took a 360 turn for me. And when life is taking a 360, you got to learn how to turn. You got to learn how to roll with the flow. Come on, get some lemons, woo, and make some lemonade. Listen to me. So good morning, Kenyon. Good morning, Queens. You got to come into alignment, Queen. You hear me? You cannot be operating illegally, talking about, no. Whenever David went outside of the will of God, he always went to God to get that thing right. God, listen, you know where I am. I know where I am. I'm taking accountability for my life. My eyes have looked upon this. My heart has been over here. I done made some decisions that was illegal. Come on, get it back together. Come on, God already know he is waiting for you. Come on, to acknowledge sometimes. Come on. You got to turn. Don't start. No. Listen, don't start none, won't be none. But real talk, Queens, and this thing is so up to you, and this is real talk. But listen, and the Queen asked me a question, what time is it between 7:30 and 7:45? Just a little bit earlier because listen, you gotta learn how to roll with the flow. You gotta learn how to. Queen, listen, you're gonna have look. You gonna learn how to bob and weave. And me making the decision that I had to make for these next few months, I learned how to bob and weave. I'm bobbing and weaving, Queen. So listen, if you're gonna bob with me, come on, let's go. You gonna roll, let's go. So meet me here. Come on, come on, King on the 360, baby. And sometimes those 360s are not easy to make when you are challenged by powers and principalities and rulers and deep things and high places. And God knows it. This is what's the matter of fact, Queen said Psalms 91. Because those 360s, man, that means you closing access to certain things in your life. You're shutting down things. You're pushing. Come on, you taking charge and the rightful position over your life. And real talk, there is adversity and there is resistance that comes with that 360. It is not just that easy, Queen. It sounds good, but the first place to set your 360 is in the spirit of your mind. Enough is enough. I don't want this. This is it for me. I want better for me. And so what happens in the spiritual world, that's why you got to keep your head in the game, your spirit mind in the game. This is real talk. Keep your head in the game because those 360s does not come automatic and don't just happen overnight. This is where you got to dwell. You better bounce. Don't start nothing. You better roll and bounce. Don't start nothing, Roxanne. You got to really take charge. You got to really decide this thing is up to me. Listen, it's not up to you. It's not even up to the powers or the principalities or the rulers in high places. It is up to you to bring down, to tear the strongholds down through the things of God. This is real talk, man. Listen. Woo! And I know if you're making change and progressing towards the things of God concerning you, believe me, there is a war. There is a fight. You got to keep your key on. You got to keep your head in the game. This is real talk. And he says, be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Don't be conformed to this world. Real talk. Maybe you need, come on. I understand the assignment. Nikita, that's all you need, Queen. And once you got that, everything that you do, when you understand your assignment, everything that you do makes a difference. Everything that you say makes a difference. Every hit from every power, principality, the game changes. And this is real talk. When you understand the assignment, don't start none, won't be none. Renew it in the spirit of your mind and when he starts renewing your mind, Queens, you got to keep your mind sober. You got to guard that bad boy. Let me tell you something. You gotta guard it. Woo! Come on, real talk. Reminder, I'm getting ready to get up out of here. I see my time setting in, Queen. Listen to me. Real talk. I see it setting in. I think everything is at the door so I can make a full run for it. Listen, I got everything at the door. I got the breakfast at the door. I got the bags at the door. I got the coat at the door. I got my scarf at the door. I got the keys at the door. And we're gonna make a full speed run up out of here. You hear me? But Queens, I want you to get up this morning. Go back and lock and load. Come on, read things on your mind, keeping your mind guarded. You gotta come on, sober minded, man. Let me tell you something. And what happens? The enemy want to drunken it with your past. He want to make it drunk. Come on, with the issues of life. He wants to make your mind drunk with circumstances. He want to get your mind, come on, delusional, based even in your deliverance. You know how you going through your deliverance and you just going, come on, good morning, Queen, in your deliverance, in your process, and then all of a sudden you feel a little loopy. Come on, because the enemy wants you to get a little sidetracked. Come on, real talk. Come on, real talk, Queen. And so, but you got to stay sober-minded, and you do. Vigilant and alert, and you do. And this is real talk. So come on, real talk. Have a wonderful day, Queen. You as well. We locked and loaded Psalms 91. And what happened was, one of the Queen said she was in a tough place this morning. And we are in tough places. I'm telling you, sometimes you feel like you're stuck. Hitting your head up against the wall. You think you done came up out of it, and then you find out that you're still up in it. Wait a minute. You think the enemy is gone. He finished battering against your house, and then you calm down. You come back up. He come back again. And then we said, listen, because getting to the purpose of the promises of Christ, they do become difficult. But at the end of the day, you got to keep your mind clear, keep it renewed. You got to dwell in the secret place of the Most High. And this is real talk, Queens. Listen, I'm not going to keep going because, I keep getting revelation. So we're going to stop right there because I got to get up out of here. Listen to me. I want you guys to join me tomorrow. My goal is between 7:30 and 7:45. I got to be up here at least by right now. I got to go. Listen to me. So make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure you join. Make sure you go back and visit, rewind and listen to what we talk about in the mornings. Come on, because you got to get up and shake the dust off. Do you hear me? You got to get up. Come on and declare what God says concerning you. You got to get up and make a decision whether you're going to be obedient. Come on, listen to me. It's you who, come on, life and death is in the power of your tongue. It is you who God is going to work through. It is you that he gave dominion, authority, and power to. It is you. Come on, I need you to get up this morning, Queen. It is you that got to keep your head in the game. Can't nobody do this one for you. Queen, can't nobody do this one for you. Do you hear me? And everybody's in different circumstances and life circumstances, but can't nobody do this thing for you but you. Can't nobody do this thing through you but God if you allow him to. Let me tell you something. And I know deliverance ain't no joke. It ain't nothing to play with, but real talk. But no matter what, you got to keep your head in the game. Do you hear me? Now, I'm getting ready now. Y'all know I'm getting ready to go into the real world. So that's why I'm coming on a little bit earlier in these next maybe month or two. It depends on how everything, I got 5 minutes. I really got to go. How things change or how things develop and where I'm going. But real talk, I'm getting ready to go into the real world. I ain't been out here since, and I haven't been out in the real world in 3 years. Woo! Listen, huh? Y'all pray for me. 3 were, but because life has did a 360, I gotta roll with the punches. But listen to me, trusting God that he's gonna set things up so I can go full-fledged in QRU. But until then, Queen, y'all gonna have to roll and bounce with me. Do you hear me? I gotta get up out of here. Know that I love you, well, be blessed. But y'all pray for me, please. I ain't been out in the real world. Can I tell you, send among I said that in the real world. Maybe I peek in and peek out, but I have not sat among anybody in since about 3 years, COVID. I haven't been out. I have not. So I've been at home making my own products and services. Now I'm going to go into the real world. Ooh, y'all pray for me. Woo! Listen. Because it's different talking from behind the fence. But now you got to go keep your head in the game. Real talk. Queen, have a wonderful, productive day, Gertrude. And thank you so much. I don't know if you guys know, if you watched my video yesterday. I think I put it on my regular page where I received Stallion Pepper Sauce from the company Stallion Pepper Sauce. Absolutely amazing. You can find this particular sauce through Stallion Pepper. Stallion Pepper Sauce right here on Facebook. You also can go order from Etsy. Y'all check it out. If you haven't, go get it. Go get it. Go get it. Absolutely amazing. I sauteed my mushrooms inside of my pepper, my Stallion Pepper Sauce. Yesterday, what was the pineapple and peppers? Oh, when I say delicioso, all in a jar, honey. So I want you to go try it. Again, the Stallion Pepper Sauce. So go check it out. I got to get up out of here. You guys know that I love you. Don't forget to go to QRU, QueenRiseUp.com. Visit my website. Make it happen. Because the more support you have, the more I can sit on this side and come to you. Did I tell you? But come on, Queen got to do what a queen got to do. And I got to go do it. Know that I love you. Be blessed until you and I meet again. Know that I love you. But whatever you do, Queens, keep your head in the game. Thank you for joining me right here on Queen Rise Up. Go check out T-shirt line, please, over on Queen Rise Up. Know that I love you. Be blessed until you and I meet again.